down here at the office.
Yeah, I figured. Are you ensconced in a lot of intense work, or do you have a moment where I can tell you a neat story about a patient?
I have a moment.
Great. Do you have more than one moment? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Maybe. I might even have two.
Oh, cool. I'm going to try to get it in. I'm going to keep it as tight as I can. So this gentleman just got out of rehab, having had bilateral lung transplants.
Oh my goodness, Tony. Good Lord. How's he doing?
I'm going to tell you. Now,
okay.
The way they did the surgery, Adam and I were going back and forth because I had the start of care report with some information about what occurred, but there's no operating room report. I could have gone into the clinical documents and done a deep dive on the operating room report insofar as, like, how did they get them things out? How did they get them things in? Right?
Yeah.
So Adam and I thought maybe they were going to reflect the rib cage laterally or what have you. They went under his breasts.
Really? Oh my, that's got to be a very skilled surgeon.
This surgeon is he did 2 master strokes here. The surgeries were occluded, I guess is the way to put it. You know, closure was achieved via staples. Staples are now out. They did every other 1 week and then all of them the following week. You know, no diabetes to be concerned with. So healing profile should be normative for a 72-year-old gentleman, right?
He's 72 and had a bilateral lung?
Boom. Boom. Yes. Thank you for understanding the assignment of this conversation, Mother. Now,
holy moly.
Holy moly. The holiest of the molies, okay? Holiest.
I guess.
Now, hear me when I say he had an oxygen concentrator for support at home pending pulse oximetry results.
Okay.
Understanding, looking at the heart rate and the oxygen saturation, both at rest and with exertion. Now, most people get tricked into thinking, I'm sitting here at 97%, I just got 2 new lungs, I'm good to walk across the room, and boy, I'm getting tired when I do that. Well, that's because you're not doing pulse oximetry after you get up and move across the room right after surgery.
Right.
You're desaturating slightly to 87%, which for my liking is going to flip the equation to where you're going to be building up more CO2 versus O2, going acidic, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, last week when I assessed him on Friday, the day of the Eagles Parade, the day that I saw 3 patients and ran into the Eagles Parade and had a party with everybody for about 30 minutes before I drove and grabbed you-know-who from PAOLI.
Yeah.
All right. You're with me?
Yeah.
All right. Now, also, I've been recording this because I think this is the cool thing for my podcast. All right. Here we go. This is such gonzo recording. Like, I just start talking to you, and I'm like, by the way, I'm recording it. I don't know if you know what gonzo...
No.
Gonzo journalism is where you just pop up on people and start doing it, and they don't really know that they're being in something until it already starts. And then they're like, hey, this could be used for the paper. Do you consent? And they're like, yeah. And then it's like, thank you. Moving on. Anyway, last week when I evaluated him on Friday, I did a chair stand test, which is, I say, can you stand up and sit down in the chair 3 times or 2 times? Or if you stand up once and you're pooped, then that's the result. Whatever. I get to look at I'm getting all kinds of great information there. You understand? I'm getting,
of course,
all kinds of great information. Stand up, sit down out of a chair. It tells you a whole lot of the story. Not the whole story, but it tells you a lot of it, because that's where the falls are going to happen. That's where any kind of abnormalities are going to come in with exertion, right?
Well,
yeah, you're following.
Yeah, I got it.
So I do pre-exertion. I do at rest. I do blood pressure. I do heart rate, oxygen saturation. Good to go. 97%. We like that, right? And then 68 beats per minute, something fun like that, like no big deal. Like, it's like, okay, cool. Anyhow, status post, 3 repetitions on the chair stand test. The third rep, which was slow going, but he did it, 87% on room air.
Wow.
Are you following
me? Honestly, that's pretty amazing.
I know. It's still pretty great, but it's desaturated.
Not enough.
Thank you.
It's not enough.
Thank you. That's pertinent. This is pertinent, all right? This was last Friday, right? I told you that, right?
Right.
Now, I said, well, got to turn the concentrator on, and we got to get you on some deep breathing. I started doing some diaphragmatic breathing like you would do in yoga or meditation. I weave that in with everything because it actually will not hurt you ever. It is the only gonna help you to do diaphragmatic breathing the way a baby does when they're first born, unless there's something wrong with their anatomy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so the Chinese culture calls it the dantian, the Indian culture calls it the prana, whatever. So we're all talking about the same thing. Anyway, so I get him on that. I proof of concept that when he's walking around the room with the oxygen concentrator on, nasal cannula and 2 liters going in continuously, he buoys at about 93 with exertion. Still not the best, but it's not desat.
Right.
Okay. Fast forward to today. We are Wednesday. We are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5.5, because I see him at 12 noon. Okay? We can call it 5.5. I mean, at that, we're splitting hairs on the clock time.
Yeah.
But the clock time matters because it's healing time, right?
Right.
Now here we go. Ready? He's on the phone arguing with the insurance company about cover this, cover that, and he goes, "Mary, can you take this and talk to these people?" And his voice is a little more powerful. He's upset, but he's also not wearing his oxygen. I let him have his moment with the insurance company. I get settled. I wash my hands. I'm getting myself ready to have a visit like I always do. I let him settle down. And he starts talking about how I walked 4 laps around the house and this and that. And I said, "Did you have your oxygen in?" And he said, "No, I didn't. But I checked my pulse, and it's 96% oxygen after walking around the house 4 times with like heart rate of like 80 beats per minute." I instructed him to monitor that. So within 5 days, and that was on room air, within 5 days, he had a 10-point bump in his exertional oxygen saturation.
Wow.
On room air. Do you understand what I'm saying? No longer.
I understand. I know. I got it.
Isn't that amazing?
He must be. What did he do for a living?
I think he was a smoker.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't. I have to find out. He's retired now. There's some like history there that I don't quite know about because I've been laser focused on protecting his lungs.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man.
I know. He had to get both of them out, man. And let me tell you something, Mom.
Yeah.
His scars look beautiful.
Really?
He's got 2 scars. He's got 2 smiley faces under his boobs, and he's got a couple of port scars, and he looks great.
Well, yeah, the ports would have been for the tubes.
So what I did for him today, now we all got to wear masks around him because he's on immunosuppressants, you understand?
Right, and will be for a little while. Right.
No, he said he's going to be on, he said forever. They said forever. I don't know. Maybe that's what he heard. Maybe that's what he heard, but he's also 72, Mom.
Devin isn't on him anymore.
Well, I know, but Devin's also a kid. This guy's 72. I think senescence may play a role there, maybe not. I don't know. What do I know?
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
I got it.
So he's in a mask and he's doing all this stuff. So what I got him on today, other than walking around, basically, and doing sitting and standing, I said, now I want you, he's been playing with this little 2-pound weight. And I said, here's what you do. You hug it close to your body, and you stand up off the couch and sit down. And I'm getting him to look up, not look down at his feet, because he's like, my balance is off. I'm like, well, you're looking at the floor.
Right.
And, every time someone's looking at the floor, I'm like, what are you, afraid of potholes in your living room? Like, what do you look,
Right.
Like, there's no potholes out here. This is Fort Washington, man. There's no potholes out here. So, and he was able to do 3 rounds of 3 sit-to-stands from the couch, holding a 2-pound weight, 96% O2 sat, on room air, 83 beats per minute.
Wow.
And I said,
I said to him,
I said, buddy, you're going to be good. Now it's just don't fall down and keep eating and sleeping and being otherwise healthy. Because with those lungs coming online like that, unless you do something to them lungs, that ain't going backwards. It doesn't do that. There's no reason for it to go backwards.
No, of course. They'll only get stronger. Right.
It just eventually, like everything else, slowly grinds to a halt.
Right.
That's the only, and that's something that, guess what? That's what we call swag, stuff we all get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he, I don't know that he really, I was really hyped about it. I don't think he really got the significance of the O2 set. Like, I think he wasn't feeling poorly at 88%, but really, it's not about how you feel then. It's about doing that enough times to where your carbon dioxide creation and your oxygen inclusion flips to where you can get acidic, is essentially what it amounts to. Because they cantilever each other. And when you start building up CO2, if you go acidic, you can end up with sepsis. Sepsis would be the very last stop on that shit train. You would start with pneumonia. You would start with fluid build up or something. You know what I mean? Because it's acidity breeds inflammation, and inflammation breeds fluid, right? Right. So, I think it's pretty wild.
That's wonderful, honey.
Yeah, and I feel really
amazing.
Yeah, I feel really blessed to work with him and to be able to bring some of my, as a patient said earlier, my quirkiness to the table.
Yeah.
A patient earlier told me, she's like, I like your energy, your personality. You're a little quirky, but I like you. And I was like, well, she goes, I said, if you think I'm quirky, you should see my dad.
Yeah, right. Right.
I told her about the advertisement that Dad put in the paper about, do your dentures fit like boots on a rubber chicken?
Yeah. Boots on a rooster. Yep.
Boots on a
rooster.
Is that what it was?
He had a rubber chicken, and he had somebody sew a pair of
he still has. It wasn't boots on a rooster. It was boots on a rubber chicken, Mom. He went rubber chicken with it. He didn't say rooster, did he?
Nope. Boots on a rooster. Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to get that. We're gonna have to get Dad involved here to find out what's the real story here, because I don't know about this.
And
I don't know about no boots. I know I seen the rubber chicken, and we call it a rubber chicken. We don't call it a rubber rooster.
Yeah, well, whatever. And
it's not whatever. It's either a rooster or it's a chicken. I'm saying it's a chicken. They never called it no rooster.
I think it was rooster.
I know you do, I think that you're probably wrong.
Yeah, Adam's shaking his head. It was boots on a rooster.
No, tell Adam that he's wrong as well. Tell him
you're wrong.
Thank you.
He did. He's like, it's Tony.
Boots on a chicken?
Boots on a rubber chicken.
No, boots on a rooster.
Boots on a rooster.
Get the
there you
heck
go.
Out of here! Oh my God, I feel like I'm getting maligned by you two. This is impossible.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Well,
it's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. I'll say this. I'm talking to you through rubber chicken.
Hi. Why does your voice sound so weird? Because I'm talking through a rubber chicken. That was the movie Student Bodies.
Oh, I don't know.
Tell him that was the movie Student Bodies.
Student Bodies, the movie. Yeah, he said he knows.
Yeah. Oh, Melbourne.
Okay.
Melbourne, get his keys, not his cheese.
Melbourne, get his keys, not his cheese.
So that's.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
we somewhere we have the rubber chicken and the boots that he had somebody sew on him.
Yeah. Now the point I'm trying to make is that's quirky. What I'm doing, I'm just like, I'm just telling jokes. I'm not coming in with props. You know what I mean? Dad comes in with props. Yeah, he used to only tell jokes, and then he moved on. But now, here's the thing.
Now he ain't doing either.
Here's the thing. They came to him. It's only me, and I'm not trying to carry a bunch of crap in with me. I just got to use my hands.
I know.
I paint a picture with my words, baby.
Here we go.
I'm not a prop physical therapist. A prop physical therapist. There are such things, though. Some PTs will bring all kinds of silly.
Yeah. Okay, he's coming. Hey, I gotta go.
All right, Mom. I love you.
Love you too, honey. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Aww. Little impromptu conversation.
Can no longer be predicted by science. Other examples
With my mama.
of chaotic phenomena include water when it crashes at the bottom of a waterfall.
Okay.
The seemingly random electrical fluctuations that rage through the brain of an epileptic during a seizure.
That makes sense.
And the weather, when several different temperature and air pressure fronts
epileptic
collide.
seizures are tough, guys. Epileptic seizures are tough. We don't completely understand it, but what he said about epileptic seizures being relative to the crashing of water at the end of a, what did he say? At the end of a waterfall?
Examples of chaotic phenomena, eventually, the structure of the stream breaks down and becomes turbulent. Turbulent smoke is said to be chaotic because its behavior can no longer be predicted.
Can't be predicted. I've seen people go into seizures before. I've treated people who are in mid-seizure before. It is crazy. We don't understand it, but what we do know, and I've always said it, so there's short-circuiting. But anyway, that was me talking to my mama, who is a nurse. Once a nurse, always a nurse, ladies and gentlemen. Fun fact for now, the nursing profession gave birth to the physical therapy profession, so my mom is a nurse, my wife is a nurse, and my boss is a nurse, and I'm surrounded by nurses. My mom is a nurse, my wife is a nurse, my boss is a nurse, my boss is my boss, and my wife is my wife, and my mom is my mom, and have a great day! Have a great day!